The last thing is a novella, and it has been great fun introducing people to Madame Butterfly. This is a semi-risque, cozy mystery starring a professional female impersonator and club owner who was a single parent and a sleuth. So that's the short version. To give you a little idea of scene, the name of his club is Puccini's Theater Bar and Grill. Puccini's Theater Bar and Grill sits in a cul-de-sac off West Armour Boulevard, a part of Houston that sports a colorful past and uncertain future festooned with characters. The building began in 1952 as a two-story house with attached double garage. As parts decayed and scabbed over, the house transformed into a small theater with 30 tiny tables and an adjacent bar. The lights dim when the ice crusher kicks in, and the closet-sized restrooms seem like an afterthought. The second floor is living quarters for the owner, director, single parent, and headliner, the female impersonator known as the fabulous Madame Butterfly, MB for short. Then I'm going to jump into a rehearsal that he's doing for a show. He's conducting this rehearsal. Ladies, did you think this rehearsal about it? Did you even stretch or move your limbs? Did you visualize the stage, the costumes? You look like a bunch of lumbering guys. We are, came from the backstage, followed by guffaws. MB stared eagle-like and enunciated clearly. No, the minute you step on this stage, you are ladies. The most elegant, beautiful ladies anyone has seen ever. You will move and think like glamorous women. You will damn well better believe it, too. Because if you don't believe it, no one in the audience will either. I will not have this production turned into a laughingstock. We worked too many years, earning an excellent reputation for a bunch of snuff-spitting cowboys to screw it up. His relationship with his employees is interesting, but the relationship that he has with a teenager, a young boy who he was friends with the boy's Raul's mom years before, and Raul is being possibly set up to take the fall for shooting a policeman. And the mother realizes that she needs to protect him and get him somewhere safe where no one can find him and they can figure out what really happened. And so she dressed him as a woman and told him to go to the club. And this is a little bit of her getting him ready to leave because she knows that her boyfriend, the policeman, oh, it's getting complicated, is going to be arriving. Years of quick changes between shows had honed Vivian's skills, the art of illusion, camouflage, and enchantment. Lightning strikes in slower motion than her speed on Raoul's makeup. Tawny beige concealer, a long oak auburn wig, with bangs, red lip liner, foundation, leather pants, and a bulky green sweater, small pearl earrings, white emerald perfume, and high-heeled boots. As she worked, she instructed him, keep your knees together when you sit and walk. Say very little and use a soft, high voice. Go 4 blocks from here and then catch a cab to La Cage. It's nicknamed La Cage on Baker Street. When you get there, say you have a message from Madame Butterfly about the ship. Use those exact words. I have a message from Madame Butterfly about the ship. Now repeat it to me. So he goes and he gets there's some stuff that happens before he gets there, but as he gets there, it came easy. I have a message from Madame Butterfly about the ship. Within 5 minutes, he was in Madame's apartment with a cold can of light beer and his boots propped on a chair. Madame Butterfly lavishly applied black eyeliner, squinting inches from a magnifying mirror. Raoul felt creepy, as if he shouldn't be watching. It was like a crumpled convertible upside down on the highway. You don't want to look for blood, but you do. Geez, what do I call him or her? This is too weird. Madame's cigarette, perched in a jalapeno ceramic ashtray, set up a thin column of smoke that danced in curls and spirals when he reached for it. This little boy, my, you sure got her looks. I'd kill for those cheekbones. But we could do much better on your style. What is that? Retro, Sunny, and Cher? Tisk. Before thinking it through, Raoul replied, No, I'm not like that. I mean, one of them, gay. I like girls. As far as this makeup and stuff, my mom did it to hide me, and I'm in mid-sentence, he stumbled to a stop, while a haughty M. Butterfly waited for more of an explanation. Eyebrows raised, cigarette dangling from red lips, and powder puff poised. Each time Raoul tried to patch his faux pas, he made it worse. Baby cakes? Maybe you better stop right there. I go on in 2 minutes. This is an opening night for this show. I can't lose my concentration. Make yourself at home. There's plenty of brew in the fridge. You can sleep in the loft up there, and we can talk about all of this later. He stood, adjusted his cleavage, thrust out his derriere, checked the mirror, and left the apartment. I'm new to this part, and I love it. And from the open mic, I can tell that everyone is trying to do the same thing, to make words, flat words on a white piece of paper, feel and make them connect. And so I'm really proud to be here. If you have any questions, jump in.
You guys, I highly recommend you buy the book and read the novella tonight. It's really, really good, and find out what happens to Raoul, and it really is a good little mystery. Because now it's been a couple of months since I read it, and I had forgotten what happened, and it's coming back to me. So anyway, it's up that way. Now, what's happening right now?
Do we have another open mic now?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to have more open mic. We're going to give Crow another round of applause. She is going to stick around. We are not taking a break. What we are going to do is we're passing a hat. What you put in the hat is going to make its way to our feature tonight. Okay, so this is how we thank the people who take time out and come and share with us each month. And so that's going around. And then I think we also have a drawing for a book. And Bernetta Hintercher is going to be coming up. And we're going to draw for a book. She's making her way up here. I can't recall where I'm not sure where this latest one comes from, but I'll let Bernetta fill you in. And after this, we will go straight into, we have a handful of open mics left.
All right. Well, every month, the University of Arkansas Press donates a poetry book. And so we put people's names in the box. So is there anyone who wants to put their name in the box that didn't get it in? All right, I would like to introduce this book. It's called The Law of Falling Bodies, and it's poems by Elton Glasser, and he was the 2013 winner of the Miller Williams Arkansas Poetry Prize. And I chose one poem. If I can find it again. Isn't that interesting? I said, okay, page 10, it's on page 10, no problem. It's called Little Ice Age. It's on page 13. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. October at the edge of cold, the garden coming apart, dahlias blunting their soft spikes, a tangle of falling asters, leaves giving up the innocence of green, a last flower before we enter the little ice age where the cricket dies. Eccentric glitter of ice stiff on the grass blades where breath warms the words to make them visible. Mother tongue licking the infant sounds into shape. We're not there yet, still harvesting the gourds and the hanging grapes, the light still an old gold pouring out of the sun, the weeks draining away, until each day's a death wish, air like a razor, and nights that beggar everything from bare to barren. This did not make me want to go into winter, but I thought it's beautifully written. So let's see, who wants to draw this? Amy, would you like to?
My name is not in the box.
We've got to get a bigger hole for the box. All right. And T. And? So next month when you come back, please make sure you get your name in the box.
And I believe Crow is going to move toward the back and the register back here. So if you want to buy a book,
Or just say something.
and she can sign for you back here. I see some familiar faces out here. This is great. Okay, we've got a few more open mics. Now, I failed to fully grasp and understand our system. It's a 4-minute time, and when you hear the ringing against the glass, that's because my friend Robert back there is doing a ding at 4 minutes, and then after 4 minutes, what is the second signal?
So there's one ding of 15 seconds to go and 2 at the end.
Okay. I'm sure you all got that and understood it. Oh, okay. We have another announcement. Well, come on up here.
It's a good one. I just want to suddenly remember to be nice to tell everybody we're going to celebrate Nick Masulo's songs this Sunday. So if you know who that is, then you'll know why that's so important. It's going to be at the Omni Center this Sunday, just a few days, at 7 o'clock. And everybody is welcome to read or sing anything Nick Masulo accomplished in his wonderful life. And if you have any questions, talk to me later.
And by the way, lest I should forget, Donna Sterner will be our feature the last Tuesday of the month in November. Stand, turn, pirouette for us. Okay. With Kelly helping. Okay. Now we've got Joyce Murray. Please give a hand to Joyce.
This is just a short poem that is about a tree that I used to be able to see out the window of my office. On the loss of a tree, tree, you are missed. The robin who built a nest and raised her young in your branches last spring. A blackbird and a tiny sparrow came by to pay their respects. while a lone dove cooed mournfully. The people inside look out through their suddenly bright windows at the empty space where a beautiful tree once stood.
That was just beautiful. Thank you. And now we have Scary Harry. I think Scary Harry is right here.
I've been looking at a lot of art museums, and we're at this point. Thank you. Art angel zoos. Humans turn into delightful wizards and sorceresses when they conjure art. These art angels were born by being raised over the graves of demigods, buried too shallow to be ignored, causing them these amphetamine-like lightning thoughts. Art angels take tackle boxes of colors and shades of black and white and magnify and metabolize life on canvas, framing their creativity in cages and art zoos. In art zoos, I escape my concrete existence, soaring about on the daydreams and fantasies and passions of these art angels, fueled by their sublimated subconscious energy. After a visit to the art zoo, my mind is no longer desperately hungry. I'm no longer overwhelmed by my factory life. I am reminded life is incredible, worth living. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. We've got Stan Streisen.
Stands to reason.
Stands to reason.
He got me. Isn't that great? It's been long, baby.
And Streisen, it's the guy with the fake name. I was going to read an ode to the power of poetry that I wrote in celebration of OPWC winning the Nobel Prize. And I looked at the headline again, it was OPCW. So I'll read limericks instead. Limericks got me through the government standoff earlier in my time. Could well be coming around again. So I'm not tired of hearing about it. Concerning the Tea Party's obstructionist strategy, Plan B, or pretty much the same as Plan A. We retreat to fight another day, we hear the Tea Party crew say, not admitting they're licked. If a can's to be kicked down the road, make it Boehner's, okay? Concerning the faux populist posturing of congressional Republicans' self-appointed spokesman, Ted Cruz is now their heavy hitter. Defeats made him bigger, not littler. If name recognition was his principal mission, he now ranks right up there with Hitler. Concerning the junior senator from Texas's wannabe filibuster as a bid for name recognition, for jockeying or boxing for the 2016 nomination. Ted Cruz wants to show one and all he's ready to answer the call and assure us that there's one brave soul left who dares to attempt to out-jabber Rand Paul. The rest of these are in iambic pentameter if you're tapping the toe. Concerning cruise control, Texas Tea Party style, or profaning a sacred text for political gain. For 21 straight hours, Ted did cruise. To yield to pressing business, he'd refused till he'd shared with the nation his confused interpretation of the book Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. Republican Senator Ted I Am Cruz, hijacking headlines as government grinds to a halt, describes his longer-term strategy, or the political is personal. I shut down OSHA and the EPA. So even if it only lasts a day, or if it down the line costs us elections, fine. It'll look great on my corporate resume. Concerning the Tea Party faction of the GOP-led House accusing President Obama of a lack of leadership in dealing with the crisis they created, or some people's kids. Their selfish, spiteful motives are transparent. Their attitude that of a mean and errant, vandalizing kid who's sure whatever he did in damage will be blamed upon the parent. So this one's kind of iambic, but it's free verse, couldn't quite come up with the right rhyme. Concerning the constituencies affected by the federal government shutdown and budget ceiling impasse. The standoff stakes this time could not be bigger. On one hand, debt default, which well could trigger economic pain worldwide. On the other, the fierce pride of folks who won't take orders from some big government socialist liberal Yankee smarty pants lawyers of uncertain religion and questionable nationality. Couldn't quite come up with the one. House Speaker Boehner, in closed-door session with President Obama, outlines a possible compromise with the obstructionist members beholden to their Tea Party constituents. For them to yield to someone of your race, they'll need one small concession to save face. They'll lay off the ACA, and the shutdown goes away, if you agree to resign in disgrace. And one final one here, concerning the Republican Party's post-standoff criticism of Obamacare. From dogged opposition, they now switch to bemoaning each impediment and glitch to its swift implementation. Is the health care of the nation their concern, or just their sovereign right to bitch? Thank you. Come to the We're invited to the Greenhouse Grill a week from tomorrow, Wednesday the 6th. I'll be playing some music 6 till 9 for the dinner crowd. Great food and adequate music. Wednesday the 6th of November. You survive Halloween.
Thank you, AD.
Thanks, Dave. You are always a lot of fun. We have got one more open mic tonight. We did have some people that put their names in late, and I suggest, encourage you to come back next month and get here and get your name in earlier. And we're going to wrap up with our great friend Doug over here, who's going to take us out with a bang.
Thank you. Thanks for the music, by the way. Your show. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is called Game Day, and as I know you live in Fayetteville, you might be able to appreciate this. A pickup truck the size of a privileged ego honks its middle finger so loud, the whole block fucks off. A stick figure sport utility sports fan with a family portrait bumper finally realizes, of course, this traffic jam is a conspiracy to make my life inconvenient. Therefore, I, the stick figure sport utility sports fan with a family portrait bumper, I, victim turned hero, like a beaten horse finally bucking his cowboy, like a nature lover starving herself in a tree to stall a bulldozer, like Rosa Parks throwing a bus at racism, like Malala taking a bullet in the face so girls can learn to read. I, the stick figure sport utility sport fan with a family portrait bumper, will break the oppressive shackles of traffic laws, and screech my tires into the opposing lane, and screech them again in panic. Oops! Gee, I didn't realize the oncoming lane might have an oncoming car. Now we're stuck headlight to headlight. He's honking his middle finger at me. Excuse me, people in the correct lane? Sorry for the douchebaggery, sometimes it overwhelms me. You understand, right? Are we cool? Good deal. So what do you say? Will you pretty please let me in? I don't know if you've experienced that before. This is it. One night I woke up at midnight in sunny Alaska. I rolled out of bed, strolled downtown, sold my telescope to buy a cheeseburger, then threw darts at the map for a driving tour. The names of the towns made me want to sing a poem. Kenai, Nanana, Katmai, Tanana. North of Fairbanks, you reach Cold Foot, and if that tickles your masochism, keep on trekking to Dead Horse. But travel only works in the summertime. When the sun neither rises nor sets, it just circles your head like a rock on a string, which an Alaskan might fling at a grizzly bear, but not me. I don't dance with bears. I'm not tough like an Alaskan. For instance, an Arctic fishing boat growing coats of ice is not nearly nice enough for a pencil jockey accustomed to central heat. Even on land, 60 below shows no sympathy for, gee, I didn't think to wear gloves today. Oh, look, my hands fell off. But it's not the cold. It's the dark. The endless night that moves a mortal to drink himself into a shotgun grave. And it happens. It really happens all over Alaska. But through the winter hell survive people who see God in the parting of a silver cloud shrouding Denali, or a circle of snow peaks holding back a glacier, or especially an ice river melting in the springtime when the mud finally opens up and the sun kisses your forehead and Alaska tells you, congratulations, pull through, you made it. Now fill your eyes with beauty and be blessed.
Great. Okay, I have some fellow Ozark Poets and Writers Collective board members here, and tell me if I've forgotten anything. Okay, I'm going to remind everybody next month. We've got Donna, last Tuesday of the month, here. This would be a good time to come. You'll need to pick up those birthday, those holiday gifts that are coming up, and do some shopping and enjoy OPWC. Bring your open mic stuff. We do not have a performance in December. We take December off, and then we kick back up in January. So, anything else, my fellow travelers? Okay, if you've never written anything and you're shy, this is the place to come. Next month or any time and share your work. We would love to have you. Okay, thanks a lot.
Well done, Amy. Well done. Here you go. Hey, Kathy. I hope that I did find you on those vending process yesterday.
It was good. I'm doing research.